It's Car Con Carne. Let's eat in the car. It's Car Con Carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
This right here is Car Con Carne. Car Con Carne is a Q101 podcast. I'm James Van Alstyne, and Car Con Carne is sponsored by Easy Automation. Easy-automation.net. Transform your living space with cutting-edge home automation. Experience seamless control over audio, video, lighting, climate, security, everything. Embrace the future of smart living. It's your home, your rules. Get a quote by visiting easy-automation.net. It is hassle-free. Go there, easy-automation.net. Or if you want to talk to a real human being, someone who is not an AI construct, he lives and breathes this stuff, he is Dan. Give him a call directly at 630-730-3728. That's easy-automation.net. Meanwhile, Car Con Carne returns to the live event space Thursday, April 3rd. Join me for a live recording on stage of Car Con Carne at the newly opened Legit Dogs and Ice in South Elgin. Yes, if you live, let's say, in Lincoln Square where I am right now, it's a bit of a hike, but it's pretty easy to get to. Just take 90 West and get off on Randall Road, and you're pretty much there. I'll be at Legit Dogs in South Elgin, along with East Moon, who'll be performing live, and we'll do an interview with them. The Ricky Liontones Revue and more. TBA, that's to be announced. Doors are at 7:30. It starts at 8:30. I hope to see you there. It is absolutely free because I couldn't, in my right mind, ever charge for this podcast. So, Car Con Carne, I am here in Lincoln Square. I am joined by a returning favorite. He is Brian from the band FACS, FACS, whose latest album, an annual event, is right here. It is Wish Defense, which you can see on camera. A not surprisingly minimal type cover.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's the vibe.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about that album. That is brand new. It is your sixth album, FACS, F-A-C-S. And I spelled it out. I mean, I know you know how the band's name is spelled, but for people who are listening and not watching, they may think it's F-A-X.
Right.
Or they may think I'm saying F-A-C-T-S.
Of course.
I want to make sure that if people hear this interview and are inspired, that they know exactly where to go.
I appreciate that.
Okay. So FACS playing Thalia Hall on April 17th, album number 6. Let's start with this album. You can't talk about this album without talking about Steve Albini.
Yes.
This is quite literally the last thing he worked on before he passed.
Yes. We were in the studio together.
And he passed like right after that, right?
We're finishing up our second day of tracking, and we're joking around and having a laugh, and he it was 7 o'clock, and he's like, all right, see you guys in the morning, see you at 10, and he died a few hours later.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
And this is almost a year ago. We're recording this end of March. This was the beginning of May.
Yes.
Of last year. Let's talk about what he meant to the band and to this album in particular.
Well, we were all big fans of his, of course.
Of course.
Musically and as an engineer. We had recorded once with him before, a few months earlier in the year. We did a single together, and we had a really good time, and it went well, and we decided it would be fun to try to do a longer project together, and he was excited about it, so it felt like the right thing to do.
Now, we've all heard about his methodology and how he works with artists. What did he bring to you guys? Was it one of those things where he just kind of let you do what you do, and he just recorded it?
Kind of. He, didn't have too much of an opinion about things other than how we should be organized and how we should move along. But the first song on the album, it's called Talking Haunted. We had been playing it a few different ways, and he sort of weighed in about what he thought was a cool way to do it or what he heard in both versions, and that was informative for us. And the version you hear on the record is the first time we played it that way, so that was fun.
When you say first time you played it that way, you recorded the parts separately, right?
No, we were all together.
Wow.
Yeah.
You recorded that live to tape.
Yeah. The whole thing is live to tape. Yeah.
Well, that worked out okay.
Yeah, it was good.
Wow. Okay, well, let's talk about Talking Haunted, because honestly, this is one of my favorite songs on the album. This is how you open up an album.
Thank you.
And I'm curious to know, now that you said what you said, I'm curious to know what Albini recommended, because I love that echoey bass, that kind of Halloween-y guitar.
Yeah. It was a little bit more of a rock song before that, and I had a different guitar part, and we tried it like that, and it didn't feel that good And it was also the last song we wrote for the record, so we were a little bit maybe overthinking it. Mm-hmm. And then we listened to it, and Steve's like, why don't you just try it, like just play it different? So we went in and like kicked it around for a few minutes and came up with the version that you heard, and or that you hear on the record. And yeah, it was just like, it just happened. It just kind of fell out. That's my favorite part of recording, is those moments that you capture that are, it's just the first time that's happened.
Well, and you're so close to it, and I think you basically just said that, but hearing the song through someone else's ears is eye-opening.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I like working with other people. It's to get a perspective that's not your own, because we're all, spend so much time writing the music and playing it over and over again and dissecting it, that to have someone else just weigh in on something as simple as an arrangement or a guitar part is really informative.
We'll talk a little bit about your lyrics. You're talking haunted. I drink and talk in script. I don't know what any of this means.
Yeah.
That's the idea, though, right?
Yeah. It can be whatever you want. I try to be sort of nebulous with lyrics so that you can interpret them in the way that makes sense to you.
So you can personalize them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. To describe the album, I wouldn't dare describe the album when this description exists. The duality of man is a subject that has been explored in art for centuries, from writings of the Bible to Descartes, all the way up to filmmakers like Lynch, Cronenberg, and Carpenter. Who is your true self, and what do they want? With your sixth studio album, Wish Defense, Chicago trio FACS takes a good long look in the mirror to face themselves. Okay, based on what you just said, I don't know where I can hear that in the lyrics.
Okay.
It's the most literal lyrics I think I hear on the album are on You Future, when you say youth is a thrill, then it's over. On the surface, is it just about aging?
A little. It's more... So, a lot of the lyrics were inspired by this book called Doppelganger that Naomi Klein wrote. And it sort of deals with her having a relationship with this woman, Naomi Wolf, who is a similar writer to her, and people confuse them all the time. And so she felt like she had this double, except that person was kind of the opposite of her. So she kept getting confused with this person that wasn't like her at all. And it just made me kind of inspired to think more about how we're perceived through our online interactions and through other people's perceptions, as opposed to how we lead our lives or live every day, or how we think of ourselves.
Do you have an online persona as far as social media goes? Do you like... That's not your thing, is it?
No. I do like the band Instagram or whatever, but I try to... I have an Instagram account that I rarely touch. So not really my thing.
I think we're all learning as time goes on. That's probably okay.
It's great for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't need to be involved in that.
Let's talk about the video for Wish Defense, the title track. It's an interpretive dance video. Mm-hmm. How did that come about? Because it's cool.
Yeah. Our friend Josh Ford, we make a lot of videos with him. He is a good friend, and he's got a great eye, and usually when it comes time to make a video, none of us want to be in it. So we just call up Josh and usually send him like a mood board or something to look at, or tell him what the song's about, and we're like, do whatever you want. So that's what he did for this one, and we were all happy with it.
Well, I said I love Talking Haunted. I also love Desire Path. Mm-hmm. It's got that almost hallucinogenic guitar
vibe.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about that song.
We wrote it in about 15 minutes. It just kind of
Show off.
Just kind of fell out. Like, we wrote it, and it happened really fast, and it was really short, and we were like, let's just keep it short. Let's just keep it like the punk song. So it felt good. Yeah. Jonathan actually sang the drum beat to Noah that he had in his head, and Noah interpreted it, and then 15 minutes later the song was done.
That's when you know a band is just they click.
We have good shorthand. Yeah, we know how to communicate with each other.
And you mentioned Jonathan, who's back in the band.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So what kind of adjustment did that create?
No adjustment really. Just I think what it brought was a sort of new perspective on melody, and a way to incorporate that into the music that we had been writing, which was, before that, we were really just sort of leaning into like stranger rhythms and abstraction, and to have Jonathan enter with these melodic ideas, I think kind of sits right in the middle between how I like to play guitar, which is really loose and, you know, kind of off the grid, and how Noah plays drums, which is very like grounding and like in the forefront.
Have you painted yourself in a corner by doing this every year?
No. Hopefully we've painted ourselves into a situation where we can just be creative and travel and play shows.
Because if you ever take a year and a half or 2 years to release something, people just think you broke up.
Maybe.
I guess that's it for FACS.
Yeah, I guess they're done. They didn't put out a record this year.
I mean, but this is a 1960s type of clip that you're on with new releases every year.
Right.
Does this mean essentially you've got the Thalia Hall show coming up, the record's out again, it's brilliant, it's awesome, here it is. Does that mean that you're thinking ahead now to what will eventually make it?
Yeah, we're sitting on some new songs, and we're going to do some recording this summer, and I don't know when we'll be ready to make a record because we have so much live stuff coming up. But it's like for us, you know, I probably said this last time we were together, like which has
been 2 years, if you can believe it.
Yeah, which is wild. We just try to make 30 minutes of music every year, and I think that's like a totally realistic goal. And I feel like for me as a music listener and lover, I love hearing new music from bands that I love. So it's like, I don't, you know, for me it's not important to play like 300 shows a year. I'd rather, you know, get some more music from people. And
it's not ephemeral either. I mean, these are physical releases. Like there's something substantive that comes out.
Yeah,
every year. That feels cool.
Yeah, I like that. It's a good way to mark time for us. You know, like this is what we did this year. This is where we went. This is kind of where our heads were at, and then you can look back on those things and think about how time moves.
So, based on what you were saying about the book, is this a concept record?
No, but it's conceptual.
Where will you go with the next one? Do you have lyrics in your head?
I do. I don't know. I have written some stuff, and usually what I do is I put everything in like on a page, and I start to just pull the words together that start to make sense and sound good with each other, and I don't know what it's about till I'm kind of done.
When do they hit? When do they fall in your head?
Oh, all day. Like,
do you force yourself to write, or do they just?
No, I just like it's like Notes app on my phone. When I think of something or see something, I just write it down, and then I look at it later and try to put the puzzle together.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so the new album is right here. It is Wish Defense, and look at, you can't really see on camera, but the interior is black and white.
Yes.
I mean, you didn't miss a trick here. This is awesome.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do that for 100 years, so it finally worked.
Are you a record nerd, like a collector nerd?
Yes and no. I just sold a lot of my records just because I felt like I needed to declutter my life. I have so many records, I was like intimidated every time I went to look for something, so I sold a bunch.
Wait, they weren't alphabetical?
They're alphabetical, but there's just so many different things. You know, records from when I was like 11 years old. Like, so I sold a bunch, and now I listen to more records, and I saved all the ones that really meant something to me and all my friends' records, and I sold the ones that, like, I don't need a Led Zeppelin record, you know? I love Led Zeppelin. Do I need every Led Zeppelin record? No.
I can make a case for physical graffiti at the very least.
But, like, I can hear that music anytime, you know? Like, do I actually need the physical record? I kind of limited it to friends' records and stuff that I would DJ.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
And we all have those moments as collectors, whether it's record collecting or whatever, where we do feel like hoarders, like, oh my God, what am I doing here?
It had like taken over my whole family room, and
yeah, I mean, I'm at that point now where I'm like, I guess I should go to IKEA and buy another one of those.
Oh yeah, the 8x8 or whatever.
Like, yeah. That means I've got to move a whole bunch of shit around. So now I'm cramming record. I've got Vaseline.
Yeah,
you gotta
like, smash them in there. I was like, why am I doing this?
Why am I doing this? All right, I love the album. Not surprised. FACS, you can see FACS here in Chicago at Thalia Hall. That show is happening on April 17th, mere weeks away. Keep doing what you do, man. I love that.
Thank you.
I love the consistency.
You too. Thanks for having me.
It's not just the frequency, but it's always good shit.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, we try to keep the standards high.